it's Mo. It is December, and in December I like to shout out some of my favorite booktubers. So I like to shout out people who are close to 1,000 subscribers and those that are close to 500 subscribers. And I have a few more shout outs to do this year as well. So we'll start with a congratulations. I noticed recently that one of my favorite booktubers, Read by Fred, recently reached his 500 subscriber mark. So congratulations to him. Definitely check out his booktube. He reads a lot of scientific books, a lot of vintage sci-fi, and he has a really great style in his videos, so definitely worth checking that out. On to my favorite booktubers that are close to 500 subscribers. We have Roy Reads Everything. Roy does really fun videos that have to do with vintage books. He has a yard of books that he does. He's participating in the Read What You Own challenge, and he has a very silly and endearing manner. He's definitely a eclectic reader who reads all sorts of genres, so anything that you might like, he probably likes some of that. And he also does these really interesting deep dives into subjects that interest him. At the time of filming, Roy Reads Anything has 448 subscribers, so go check his channel out and try to push him to 500. Next, we have Fully Booked. Melissa is a very cool booktuber who's been around for a while. She's soft-spoken and gentle, and she does these really great challenges that she creates for herself. So she'll do a pop culture osmosis reading challenge or a reading challenge for herself where she reads books that she's previously disliked or DNF'd, and those are super fun to watch. She likes comedic sci-fi, she likes nonfiction, she likes classics. She always has really thoughtful reviews, and a lot of the books she reads, she picks up on things that I normally wouldn't, so I love to watch those reviews from her. At the time of filming, Fully Booked has 446 subscribers, so close to 500, so we should all go and subscribe to Melissa. The next channel I want to talk about is Just the Book Freak. She is one of my all-time favorite booktubers. She has the best sign-off ever in Booktube, so it's worth it to check out some of her videos just to see that. She sometimes features her cat, who I think is called Pistachio. She is an author and does AuthorTube videos and updates on writing her book, which is super fascinating. She has a lot of insights into being an indie author and trying to get your first book published. So if that's something that you are also going through, I would highly suggest checking out her channel. She loves little free libraries, so we have that in common. She reads classics, thrillers, mysteries, and a wide range of other books. At the time of filming, she has 400 subscribers. She just needs a little push to get her to 500. The final channel in the under 500 range is Aaron Facer. Aaron is like the scholar of Booktube. He's so knowledgeable about classic work, especially in the Western canon. He has a Western canon tag that he did earlier this year that's really fascinating. If you watch his tag and then see some of the ways that it's evolved and changed as other people have done the tag. He's very relaxing and melodic in his speech, so it's a very stress-free watching experience, and I love watching his videos just for that. At the time of filming, he has 475 subscribers. So on to those channels that I love that are over 500, but just under 1,000. We are doing 750 and above. I have a lot of favorite channels that are in between like 500 and 750, but for the sake of narrowing it down, we're doing 750 subscribers and above. And the first of those is Nerdy Nat Reads. I can't believe that she hasn't surpassed 1,000 subscribers yet. She reads nonfiction. She reads romance. She does themed reading vlogs. She's very silly and funny. She always has like a little silly start to her video, and she always asks you a question in the beginning of her videos, which I think is a cool technique and a fun way to answer some questions as you're watching a video. At the time of filming, she has 823 subscribers, so just needs a little push to get her to 1,000. A booktuber that I've been following since she's had under 100 subscribers and she's getting close to 1,000 is Summer from Sterling Reads. She used to be called Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. She reads classics. She reads nonfiction. She does tons of buddy reads and challenges with other booktubers. So it's always fun to check in on Summer's channel and see who she's reading with and who she's exchanging books with and having community with. She's got a lot of cats, so there's a high chance that you'll see a cat in one of her videos, which is always a plus for me with a booktuber. Summer is also doing the Read What You Own challenge. She's going for the challenge to read 500 books before she brings in new books to her library, so it's definitely worth checking her channel out and rooting her on. At the time of filming, she has 874 subscribers. Definitely go subscribe to her. And lastly, for the approaching 1,000 subscribers is going to be AJ Dunn. They have a really interesting channel that is at this moment currently changing and evolving and growing, so that is a super fun process to see. AJ Dunn also does lots of projects. They have a Stephen King project that they're doing. They do the Thrill a Month book club where they're reading through the Penguin Thriller list. And they used to plan out their reading years in advance, but they've currently become a mood reader, and I'm so fascinated to watch this progress. They also do really focused reading vlogs, most lately a Otesha Mothbeg deep dive reading vlog, so that's definitely worth going to their channel if you're interested in any of those things that I just mentioned. At the time of filming, they have 803 subscribers, not too far from 1,000. Finally, for my winter shoutouts, we're just gonna have a plea to some of my favorite booktubers that are not really on Booktube anymore. Please come back to us. And the first of those is Leo Bancroft. Leo does a really fun channel where he talks about all the eclectic books that he reads, but also about his outside interests, like with acrobatics and vintage cars and all sorts of other cool things. And I miss his videos, especially focused on queer books. So I hope that Leo rejoins Booktube pretty soon. Next, we have Alicia Reads. Now, I've been asking Alicia Reads to come back for quite some time because she hasn't made a Booktube video in a few years, but she was the person who really got me into horror Booktube, and now that there are so many horror-centric Booktubes out there, I think she would come back and make a great addition to that part of the community. She reads really diversely, and she has the best TBR game I've ever watched. Next, we have Maria at MH Books. I love Maria. She was one of my first friends on Booktube and one of the first people I did a buddy read with. She reads a lot of vintage horror books and other eclectic reading, and a lot of times her reading focuses on Irish writers, and I think that we, as the Booktube community, are really missing her and hope she comes back soon. And finally, another one of the first Booktubes that I connected with is Michelle Lexi. Michelle Lexi reads a lot of books about Australian history and Australian rights, Indigenous people, and also she reads a lot of social justice books in general. She reads sci-fi and vintage sci-fi, and she had one of the most beautiful backgrounds with her bookcases in the background, and I miss seeing her and hearing her opinions on books, so I hope Michelle Lexi comes back to us as well. So those are my winter shout-outs for winter 2022. Let us all know in the comments below who your favorite booktuber who has under 500 subscribers are. Give them a shout out here, and also let me know who is a booktuber that doesn't post as much anymore or doesn't post at all anymore and you wish would come back to us. So 2 shout outs in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!